Revelation 2062. From the 9th of September 1941. Fight. Willpower. Knowledge. Strength. Otherworldliness. The human being who gives himself to God has no spiritual decline to fear. He will always develop upwards, only this can only be achieved through constant struggle, since struggle increases the strength of will, and a strong will is absolutely necessary for the one who wants to serve God, thus wants to fight for Him. Demands are placed on him which can only be fulfilled with a strong will. Resistance is necessary, for the world's desire will always be in opposition to what God demands of people. And so the human being must not only be able to resist his own desire but also the desire of those who belong to the world. To give oneself to God means to want to remain completely in His will, and this willingness earns him God's love and grace, and thus God Himself will always be active where the human being's will threatens to become weak. Then He will assist him and strengthen his will through the transmission of His strength. But the influx of divine strength also signifies progress upwards, it signifies the helpfulness of beings in the beyond which likewise take care of the human being and protect him in every adversity and danger. Spiritual regression is only to be feared with open resistance, with open rebellion against God. But striving towards God excludes such a state of innermost rebellion against God, for the striving human being is in realization and therefore also knows that God is the most perfect and lovable being, and he recognizes his own lowliness, and this lets him become deeply humble and submit himself in everything to God's will. Rebellion, however, is the result of spiritual arrogance, arrogance the effect of spiritual darkness, thus ignorance of the nature of God. In recognizing his smallness the human being becomes great, for he receives God's most exquisite gift, His grace, and this makes him abundant, for to be allowed to live in God's grace means to mature spiritually, thus to be able to receive light and knowledge and thus to come closer to God. Anyone who stands in the light is in the realm of divine emanation of love, and his share is light and strength from Him. To be allowed to receive divine strength is bliss already on earth. It is something spiritual which can never pass away, which the human being keeps as property for all eternity. On earth, this power expresses itself in a vast knowledge. In a knowledge of things that are otherwise hidden from the earthly human being. Knowledge is the basic condition for beatitude in the spiritual kingdom, for without knowledge the human being cannot become blissfully happy. Without knowledge his stay in the beyond is lightless, and without knowledge it is also impossible for him to be active in love. Before he starts his redeeming activity on earth as well as in the beyond he has to receive knowledge. And blessed is he who already strives for this on earth, who desires to be informed and does not resist the influence of beings of light in the beyond to want to transfer their light to the human being. Those who give to him are in knowledge and always want to be lovingly active, yet the human being is not always willing to accept the precious gift. He who believes himself to possess does not ask for this gift. His arrogance prevents him from doing so. But he who feels poor in spirit will be given without reservation. What he believes to be lacking he will desire and also receive, and his spiritual treasures will increase, and there will never be a decline, for he who has become knowledgeable has overcome. He no longer has any desire for the world and earthly goods. He only has a longing to be allowed to enter the spiritual kingdom and to be active with God and for God. To give what he has received and to be happy in giving and receiving. Amen.